And we are live. Good evening, soul family. Sorry I'm a little bit late, but we had a little bit of technical difficulties. But I think we're good now. So, welcome to Soul Therapy Saturday. I am your host, Lady D. How is everyone tonight? Everyone doing well? Everyone doing well? I hope you are doing well on this Saturday night. I am in Massachusetts, south of Boston, and we are finally getting snow. I'm going to knock on wood, we've had a wonderful, wonderful fall and winter so far. We haven't had any snow. And sorry, just my lips a little dry. And sorry, I just got to fix make sure my lips are all messed up. But anyway, so, we're saying that we've had a very warm winter, very warm winter. Very beautiful winter so far. And we're finally going to get our first snowstorm, which I'm not looking forward to. Okay. Not looking forward to at all. But hey, I can't complain, right? I can't complain at all because it's really been a very, very fabulous winter so far. Hold on 1 second, folks. Goodness, I'm having all kinds of issues tonight. Anyway, we are good. I said my prayers and we are good. Thank you. I put on makeup tonight. I didn't have makeup on the show. Well, I got all dolled up for Saturday night for my date. You guys are my date. So, if you did not catch my pop-up live, my pop-up video that I did with Jason, it was a secret. I didn't tell anyone. Jason and I didn't tell anyone. We did a very secretive surprise pop-up video that we did. We did it yesterday morning. Yeah, I think it was yesterday morning. It came out yesterday night regarding the mall incident, the Miami mall incident with the 8 to 10 foot beings, and which we know they're real now. Now, if you did not catch Laura's View and Tarot 2, she put out a video the day after me. And I'm really glad that I did the video that night that CHRISSY sent me that video of TikTok, the very first video that was going viral all over TikTok about that woman talking about what happened at the Miami Mall, at the Bayside Mall. Because I called it. I'm going to toot my own horn right now because I'm pretty amazed. I called it. I said, and I didn't watch any of this is before I heard anything that was going on, because at that point, when I had done the show that night, it was just brand new. The only video that was circulating was that woman's TikTok. I forget the name of it. Okay. I called it. I said in my reading, I said that the military was confiscating phones. Okay. And all over the internet, I heard that they were absolutely confiscating phones and scrubbing phones. Not only were they scrubbing phones, but they were finding out who was at the mall, and they were going door to door and confiscating people's phones. Okay? So I called it. I also called that it was a spiritual and physical being, and I called that they were kind and benevolent. And I watched Laura's View and Tarot 2, which I love. She and I read very much. We do a lot of the same spreads, and I love her. She's a very kind, she's a great tarot reader, and she's just a really nice person. And she got the same thing I got. Now, so if you haven't checked out the video that I did 2 nights ago on my channel, please check that out, as well as the pop-up video on the Light Warrior Network that I did with Jason. That Jason put out last night. Now, I'm sorry, for some reason, there's something this week. It's like my brain and my mouth don't want to coordinate. We all know that when I'm in spirit mode and I channel, that I make up my own words, I misspeak. So it's even more so tonight. So please bear with me. I might make up my own language. I'll call it Delphinese. Delphinese, my own language. Okay, so now, the Miami creatures, the Miami beings, they're all over the internet now. Okay, this is epic. epic. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Okay. But first and foremost, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. And please take the time to like this video, because when you do, you help me with the algorithm. Okay. My videos have been, the last couple of lives, the pop-up video I did is 3,000 views. 3,000 views. So we're getting there. We're getting traction there. Soul Tribe, Soul Family, we're getting traction. Anyway, so I wanted to talk tonight about It Has Begun, because this has been, what a week this has been. Okay, this is the first week of 2024, the first week of the new year. And what an epic week it has been. All right, we had the Epstein list coming out, and we had the Miami Mall spiritual beings incident that they were roaming around the mall. We also have a video from Cat Williams that has completely devastated the music industry. All kinds of disclosure about P. Diddy, which started months ago, which, by the way, was called months ago by Sloan Bella, who is a phenomenal medium and psychic. So, folks, as I said the other night on Jason's show, if you think that nothing's happening, then you are deaf, dumb, and blind. You are not paying attention. But I know that anyone who's watching these shows, especially this show, and is part of the Soul Tribe, I know you're paying attention. I know you are. So you are not like the average normal sleeper by any means. I'm just going to fix my phone here. Also, what I wanted to bring up, I wanted to talk tonight before we get into the nitty-gritty of things. Sorry, I'm just going to put my phone over here. All kinds of issues. But anyways, we keep going. We just go right. We just keep going. I wanted to talk about the trolls, okay? And I just want to make a little warning out there, okay? The last couple of videos I had, especially the one with the Giants, not the Giants, the one about the Miami Mall, I must have gotten into some kind of algorithm now, and I attracted all of these Bible-thumping, judgmental Christians that had the audacity to leave comments calling me satanic, saying that me reading tarot cards am a witch, I go against God. And someone told me, how dare I speak about God and use God and Jesus when I do my tarot cards. Okay, so let's address this. Okay, let's address this. First and foremost, fuck you. How dare you come on my channel and be a judgmental asshole and tell me that I am satanic because I use tarot cards? How dumb are you? Do you not know that half of the Bible, like probably 80% of the Bible, is written by prophets? Do you know that astrologers found the Star of Bethlehem, and it was prophets and mystics that they're the ones who prophesied about the birth of Jesus? So you believe that Moses can go and channel God and get messages from God and write the 10 fucking commandments. You can believe that, Moses, that Moses with God can part the Red Sea. You can believe that all these people talk to angels and talk to God. But you can't believe that I can have a relationship with God and Yeshua Jesus, that I can't prophesy and I can't channel God because I use fucking tarot cards? Are you serious? One, stupid, and I will tell you, these trolls are really dumb. They're brazen and ballsy, but they're dumb. She said to me, I'm sorry, I just can't do the tarot cards. If we were meant to read tarot cards, then the Bible would be made all of cards. Really? Really? Hello, Einstein. There were no tarot cards back then when Jesus was walking the earth. And first and foremost, everyone uses knives, right? We use knives. You can use a knife to cut your meat, to cut your chicken, or you can use your knife to stab somebody. It's a tool. A tool. And furthermore, where are you getting this information from? Because it's certainly not from the Bible. So basically you're saying that Satan and Lucifer can have his witches and his warlocks and his demonic beings here on earth, and he can have his people doing his bidding and using the spiritual gifts for bad, but God doesn't have any of his children, his mystics and prophets, his people using their spiritual gifts for good? Seriously? Are you that dumb? Did your mother drop you on your head when you were a baby? So, fair warning, if you're watching this, don't you dare ever leave a comment in the chat calling me satanic, saying what I'm doing is evil, okay? I'm going to say two things for you. Read your fucking Bible, and I want you to take note out of 2 paragraphs in the Bible. Judge not, or thee be judged, and those without sin cast the first stone. I'm okay with God. I pray to God all the time. I've asked God many times, God, is tarot satanic? Is what I'm doing satanic? Because if it is, I'll stop. No. He tells me it's not. Jesus tells me it's not. So I really don't care what you fucking hypocritical asshole trolls, Christians, or you pretend to be Christians, coming on my channel, giving me shit and leaving comments in the chat. I get my directives from God and Jesus, and they're the only ones that judge me, okay? So shut the fuck up, and if you don't like what I'm doing, click the unsubscribe button. But as my soul brother, Prince of Peace, would say, this isn't a fucking airport. You don't have to announce your departure. Just get the fuck out. Bye, Felicia, and don't let the door hit your hypocritical ass on the way out. Because all you Catholics and Christians, you get your directives by a bunch of priests who fuck children and let priests fuck children. So pardon me if I don't think that your opinion is very high, or that I don't take your opinion so high. Okay? On that note. Okay? So don't leave comments in my chat. Okay? Because all you're gonna do is gonna get deleted and blocked. I'm done. I'm done with the trolls. Okay? You do nothing. You don't represent God. You don't represent Jesus. You are not, you alone are not have the authority on God, okay? So, all you Christians out there, all you Bible thumping Baptists that want to call me satanic and evil, yeah, you know what you can do. Click the off button and fuck off. I don't want to hear from you. Okay? Thank you. Love and light. Now that I said that, because I got so many trolls the other night, so many trolls. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious? Serious. So what do? You put something you put a comment in the chat and then you get deleted. Oh, good. Good for you. How effective were you? Yay. You said your piece. Good for you. Now go take your cannibalistic communion and drink your blood and wine, you hypocritical asshole. Oh, yeah, it's showtime, Prince of Peace, it's showtime, because Lady D's had it. My poor soul sister CHRISSY got trolls. SARA got trolls. Yeah. Don't call yourself spiritual and don't call yourself part of my soul family. If you are going to leave comments in the section, leave nasty comments in my chat or in the comment section, okay? Seriously. Don't do it. Because you're not spiritual and you're not better than anyone else. All right, folks. And if you haven't already noticed, I'm going to be on with the Prince of Peace tomorrow night. We are going to be doing a deep dive on the Epstein list and other things. So please tune in to the Light Worry Network tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For some hot content on the Light Worry Network. We got our sword sharpened and our torches lit. And I will be just as saucy and spicy tomorrow night, I promise. So I'm warning you, you leave a comment in the chat, I'm going to verbally eviscerate you bitches. So bring it on. right, folks. So now that I've got on my soapbox and went on my Lady D rant, let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's say a prayer after I swore like a sailor. Let's say a prayer and let's get into the topic. It has begun. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it has begun. It has begun. And if you notice, my thumbnail was the Moses parting the Red Sea moment. Because very soon, I don't know when, folks, we are going to be seeing some parting of the Red Sea moments because we are in biblical times. That's right, folks, biblical times. And if you don't believe me, just know they were spiritual angelic beings walking around the Bayside Mall in Miami, January 1st. Just saying. All right, folks, let's say a prayer. Let's pray. Let's do this. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua Jesus, first and foremost, I would like to ask for divine protection for all those in the chat who are watching now and in the replay. I am also asking for divine protection for myself, that no AI, nothing evil, nefarious, no voodoo, no black magic, nothing neutral or ungodly can infiltrate any of us through the internet, the audio, and the video. I'm asking that all my equipment, the audio, the visual, the audio of the video, and the everything runs smoothly. The video, everything, my internet, everything runs perfectly. I'm asking, Lord God, that I channel only you and Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus, tonight. And I'm asking that you come into this show, and I'm dedicating the show to you. This is your show, God. I take away my ego and let me channel divine spirit. Let all the messages be for the good and be for the highest good. And let me answer any questions and let me channel all the message in which you would like me to impart to all those that are watching now and in the future. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus, thank you for my channel. Thank you for the uptick in my subscribers. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the soul tribe. Thank you for all my soul family and all the beautiful soul brothers and sisters that I've met this year. It's been a phenomenal year. Thank you for awakening me. Thank you for awakening us. Lord God, we know that the time is near. We know the time is nigh. We know we are in biblical times. Lord God, we ask for divine protection for all the super soldiers, for all those in spirit and all those physical beings that are fighting your fight, that are fighting the fight of God. Lord God, we ask that you surround the world and you heal all those that are suffering mentally, physically, or spiritually. We ask that you heal the children. We ask that you save those who are being held against their will or being tortured or hurt and abused in any way. We ask for your healing for all those that have been through unspeakable and unimaginable trauma. We ask that disclosure comes soon. We ask that you speed up the plan, for we are ready, Lord God. We are ready. We know it's your time, divine timing, but Lord God, we are ready. We are ready for this. So let's go, God. Let's go. Your children are waiting. We are ready to take a stand. We will no longer be slaves. We will no longer let the demonic cabal control us. For we know we are sovereign. We know we are free. We know we are divine. We know we are powerful. We know you're our children. We know that we are spirits first in meat suits and not the other way around. We know we are powerful and we know we are sovereign, godly beings. We know that you are more powerful than evil. We know that you are inside us, dear Lord God. And we know that the pact that you made with us is more powerful, more potent than the pact you made back in the Bible with Moses. We are ready. We worship you. We love you. We thank you. Thank you, Lord God. Praise the Lord. And it is so, and so be it. Amen. All right, folks, let's do this. It has begun. So what has begun, really, this week? Well, what has begun? 2024, the year of freedom. 2024, the year of completion. 2024, the year of disclosure. 2024, the year of God's judgment. 2024 is the year that we take back this world because it is ours. It's not Satan's. It's not the devil's. It's not the cabal's. It's not theirs. It's ours. It's God's. And we are taking it back. So, for all those that say, oh, nothing's happening, okay, we get it. We wish things would have happened years ago, okay? However, we are in a war. We're not just in a physical war, we're in a spiritual war. And we are in a war with unspeakable evil, with people that have absolutely no souls, no consciences. We are literally in a war with demons. Demons. Okay? So, it's not going to go as planned. It's not like they can say, okay, on January 7th, this is going to happen. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way in a regular war. And it's certainly not going to happen in a spiritual and physical war, especially this war. This is the war of all wars. We are taking back this world. We are eviscerating and eradicating all evil. So, it's not going to happen we go by seasons, time frames, okay? It's not going to happen on specific dates, okay? Everything happens in seasons and in certain time frames with the Lord. And I hate to say time because there is no time on the other side. We're only bound by space and time here in this dimension. However, so it's not going to happen on a specific date. And, I'm not, making an excuse for the truthers, because the truthers, no one should have ever put out dates, okay? When you put out dates, you're just asking for trouble. And I know there are many truthers that, they were lying, and they just wanted to get viewers and stuff. However, I do think there were some of them that really had their, our best interests at heart. And they were probably told a specific date, and some of them do have some good intel. But even if something is planned, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Okay? The White Hats or the Alliance, they make a plan. And then the deep dark cult, the cabal, does something. And then another move in chess. And then the other team moves. And then the Alliance. It's a big 5D chess game that we're playing. And there are two, right, Lenore? It's too many moving parts, too many people, too many things. And then, you know how it is when you make a plan, right? What happens when you make plans? Does it ever go as planned? Do things pop up like me tonight? I planned to go on at 8 o'clock. Then I turned on my computer and I froze and things weren't working. So I had to restart my computer, and then this wasn't working. Then that wasn't working. Sometimes, no matter how you plan, no matter how meticulous you are on every little detail, things don't go as planned. It just is what it is. So, that's right, Chris Fay. They don't go by dates. They go by events. Exactly. Events and seasons. So, in other words, this has to happen, and this has to happen, and this has to happen in order for an outcome. Exactly, Diane. We plan and God laughs. Exactly. I love you guys. You guys are so awesome. I could just sit here and read the chat and I would be enlightened, because you guys are so awesome in the chat. You know what's going on. You know what's going on. So it has begun. Yes, it has begun. So what's the proof that we have that it has begun? Well, the Epstein list came out, did it not? And I don't know if you guys know this because this is secret, but our Congress on December 31st, which was aired live on C-SPAN, not our Congress, I made a mistake, pardon me, our House of Representatives, very quietly on December 31st, and this was on C-SPAN, and they specifically did it on December 31st, New Year's Eve, and nobody would be watching in secret. They voted to impeach Joe Biden. It was live on C-SPAN, but of course, the lamestream media, you hear crickets, chirp, 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 chirp. So that happened. Shortly before the beginning of the year, All of a sudden, the laptop, the infamous Hunter laptop that everyone said didn't exist, that the lamestream media said it didn't exist. Then they said that existed. Then they said it wasn't Hunter's. Then they said it was Hunter's. Now finally we're finding out it's real, existed, and not only doesn't exist, it has all the dirt, all kinds of evidence to bring down the Bidens. Now, and we had the January 6th tapes that came out shortly before the end of the year. Yes, those January 6th tapes. Speaking of January 6th, it was 4 years ago today that our government, our disgusting government, framed and put innocent citizens in jail, and they framed them. They, what do you call it? They entrapped them. They invited them in to the Capitol only to accuse them of starting a riot. Okay? January 6th. Okay? We all know that it wasn't a riot. We all know it was full of shit. We all know this. But now the tapes are out. There's no way that they can deny it. But yet our egregious liberal democratic evil government, they're still denying it. What else has come out? Right before the end of the year, we had all kinds of election fraud cases. People in my state, there was I live in Massachusetts, and there was a woman in Lawrence, Massachusetts that was caught stealing ballots on a ring cam. She was stealing ballots. And people in Lawrence, Massachusetts, they have people, paying immigrants to go and vote for certain people. We have all kinds. We have one in Connecticut. People are going to jail for election fraud. What is it? I think it's Project Veritas. If you want to find out all the current election fraud cases, and there are thousands of them, go to Project Veritas, and they will list all the different cases. So election fraud now is not like taboo like it was. Okay? And then let's talk about the first of the year now. So this is leading up to the first of the year, all this stuff. Everything's coming out about Joe Biden. And then the creme de la creme is everyone's turning on Joe Biden now. They're all turning on him. They're all distancing themselves from him because they know that he's a loser. They know that it's not really him. They know that he's ruining the country. And they know that he's not going to win the next election. So now they're all throwing him under the bus to save themselves like the dirty, rotten scumbag rats that they are. So it has begun, folks. It began before the first of the year, quite frankly, to be honest with you. And then January 1st, not even December 31st, yes, in secret, our government voted Joe Biden out. Okay? It still has to pass the Senate, but it's a complete blackout on that. But check it out. It happened. If you want, go to C-SPAN because it was live on C-SPAN. But our disgusting, egregious government, our snaky, sneaky government, that's what they do. Okay, so now that we know that, and now that we know that it has begun, what's the proof? What's the proof that we have that it has begun? Well, on December 31st, they voted out Biden, okay, impeach. Whether or not it's really going to happen, it's good that they at least voted on it. I don't know if they're going to get rid of him. I still stand by that. I think that they're going to kill him off. I think there's going to be some kind of fake kind of, I don't know, some kind of incident, health incident, and they're going to, he's going to go bye-bye. Now, the creme de la creme, though. The creme de la creme that shows you that it really has begun, though we are in biblical times, that it is not status quo, and that we are going to see the supernatural stuff that all the prophets has prophesied all these years, like Julie Green, Amanda Grace, Kim Clement, the Miami Mall incident. Now, folks, I hope you watched the two videos, the video I did and also that Jason did. Okay, I'm going to lay it on the line. It was not Project Bluebeam. It was not a hologram. Those were real spiritual beings. And my question to you is, why is it so hard for you to believe that? Why is it that you can believe all these crazy, extraordinary things, that people that supposedly are dead are alive, that there's portals, that President Trump is, the President Trump goes into portals, and that there's a secret space program, that all of these supernatural things. You can believe that. You can believe that all these people fake their deaths. You can believe in clones. You believe in dumbs and all these demonic beings, yet you can't believe that spiritual beings would show themselves on earth? Really? Really, folks? I don't get it. So you can believe that, but you can't believe that there's spiritual beings that will show themselves. Why is that? Why isn't there people still in this tribe that want to, I didn't see it. One asshole troll had the audacity, said, well, until I see them or they visit everyone, I don't believe them. You know what I commented on that? I said, well, you know what? Truth doesn't need your belief in order for it to be truth. Truth, reality and truth are reality and truth, whether you believe it or not. Okay? So, wake up, people. Don't be hypocritical. If you're going to not believe that they were spiritual beings at the Miami Mall, even though there are so many accounts of them, and by the way, I'm not the only tarot reader that said that they were spiritual beings and they were here to show themselves. Laura's View in Tarot 2 said it, and others said it too. So why trolls? And some of them are in the soul tribe. Some are going to watch this. So I'm not the ones in my chat, because you're good, but the scumbag ones that will leave comments later on, that don't have the balls to face me. The ones that don't have a real screen picture and have like numbers and letters as name, those trolls. How are you any different from the hypocrites that think that Moses and God can part the Red Sea and there's burning bushes and there could be a virgin birth? But yet you can't believe that God is here and now and prophesies and has his prophets, and people can prophesy God here and now. You don't even make any sense. So folks, we really have to do a deep dive into why is it we'll believe certain supernatural events but not others. Seriously? We need to throw away all our preconceived notions. We need to throw away the reality that we've been taught in schools. This is not status quo. Everything that we have learned is a lie. It's a lie. And I'm going to go on the limb here, all right? And I've said it, and I've done my research today, and I'm going to admit that I've changed my mind. I used to fight with I used to give Jason shit, Prince of Peace, saying the earth is round. The earth is round. But you know what? I've been doing a deep dive, and I have to say I'm not so sure about that anymore. See, I have to learn that I have to get rid of my prejudices too. There's been a lot of research that the earth is flat with a dome and firmament. And I never thought I'd ever say it, but never say never. I'm not so sure the earth is round. I think I'm believing that the earth may be flat with a firmament. And I believe that we never left. We never went to space. We never did. I believe it. And I also believe that Antarctica really isn't a continent. And it's really a separate part of the world that has 200-foot ice walls, that every country has there's very something special about Antarctica. And that's why no country can claim Antarctica. There's a lot of supernatural hidden stuff there. So I don't even believe that Antarctica is a continent. I believe it's a territory that is highly spiritual. I think there's portals there, and I think there's a lot of activity there, and that's why it's hidden. Okay? So we have to really, really strip away all of our preconceived notions and realize that we are not living in status quo. We are not living in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, even we are living in 5D now. There is no veil. So you could be walking down the street and you could see a spiritual being. You could look up and see a spacecraft. This is going to be the norm, folks. So we really have to just shed all of these, all of the brainwashing, all of the education that has been pumped into our brains, because it's all the cabal. It's not reality. It's their version of reality. Yeah, it's begun, folks. This 2024 year is going to be like no other. Now, BRICS went into full swing January 1st. And I don't know if you know, but the US dollar is tanking. And a lot of, those that are awake, like Bo Pony, I know Bo Pony always, Chrissy's going to love this. We love Bo Pony, but he's always pushing. Chrissy says this beautiful. He has a lot of good information, and he is the analyst of time, but he's always moving the goalposts. And I'm with you, Chrissy. Enough with the moving the fucking goalposts. Just don't prophesy if you can't get the date right. However, what he says is true. All those people that are on his program, what they say is true. The stock market is going, the crash is imminent. It's not if, but when. So this month alone, probably this month, we're going to see the crash of our economic system, the crash of the stock market, the crash of the housing industry. Everything is going to go within the next couple of months, and it's going to start this month. And why do I say that? Because BRICS nation went into full swing, and Saudi Arabia, which is our biggest, the biggest country that deciphers the value of the dollar, because they used to trade in petrol American dollars, and they don't anymore. And by the end of the month, no, actually, I digress, and I made a mistake. By February 20th, 2024, the US dollar is not going to be accepted worldwide anymore. So what do you think is going to happen when that happens? What do you think is going to happen? Inflation is going to skyrocket. And everything that's going to be imported into the US is going to be megabucks. So we are going to have our tower moment. So my question to you is, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you willing to go without the internet and YouTube for a little while? Are you ready to go without your cable? Are you willing to put this down for a little bit? Are you? Are you really? Because I know we all act like these are appendages. You know, if you leave your home, you're like, oh my God, where's my phone? I've said it before and I'll say it again. We are going to have to be willing to sacrifice some of our comforts, because we are spoiled brats. We really are in this day and age. So no Amazon, exactly, Diane. That's going to be hard. Especially because we don't like to go shopping, because we don't like people, because people are dumb, right? It's going to be really hard to actually have to go out. So we are going to have to we're going to have to sacrifice. So are you ready? Are you willing to sacrifice? Okay, because we need to be willing to sacrifice some things for long-term gain. Short-term pain for long-term gain. Are you ready? Are you willing to do that? Because we are going to have to be. I personally believe that they're not going to, I feel that the blackout is not going to be electricity. Although I do think that some people might lose their electricity because of certain areas. There might be wars, and there might be cleaning out dams, and there might be, there might be stuff going on. So I do believe there might be some blackouts in terms of electricity. But I personally don't believe that the electricity is going to be shut. Because I know there's a lot of people, and it's not just about like lights and television, but there are a lot of people like that that are on oxygen, that really need electricity to stay alive. So the way I see it, and the way I feel it's going to be, and I could be wrong, take it or leave it, you don't have to buy everything I'm selling, but I believe that the blackout is going to be an internet and cable blackout. So I believe that we are not going to be able to access the internet, the cabal internet. Our cell phones are not going to work. And I believe that our internet's not going to work. And the only thing that's going to work is that we're going to be able to put on cable, and it's going to be a 24-hour broadcast. And from what I've read online, everyone says, I don't know if it's true or not, that they plan on doing 8-hour videos constantly, 24 hours a day for the first 10 days to get everyone up to date as to what's going on. So that's what I think what's going to happen. It could be 10 days, it could be 3 days. I don't think they're going to shut off the electricity, and this is why I say it. All right, it's already going to be crazy when people see the military in the streets. If people don't have internet and cable and electricity, people are going to go nuts. There's going to be civil unrest, and they don't want that. They want to keep people calm as possible. So in order to do that, in order to try to control the masses and make sure there isn't mass hysteria, they're not going to take away everything. So I believe we'll still have electricity, but I believe we're not going to have the cabal internet. We're not going to have the cabal cable. I feel that when it does come down and we finally see that EBS, the Starlink system they're going to turn off the cabal one switch and on with the Starlink. And when that happens, I feel like we're definitely going to be on the Starlink alliance system. Okay, that was put together by Elon 3.0 or 4.0. Who the hell knows? That's not the real Elon Musk. We know that. Him and his dick rocket that he sent up into the sky that's shaped like a penis. Good old Elon. So it has begun. It has begun. So folks, all these military age people are coming from the border because you know what they're going to try to pull. You know there's going to be some sort of Trojan horse event. You know that they want to get the regular citizens, the people that have been living, that are legal residents, that were born here, to start becoming resentful of the illegal immigrants. Okay? It's already starting to happen in Chicago, in New York City. All those Democrats, all those that voted for the Democratic mayors that never did anything from them. They're finally seeing the writing on the wall. They're pissed. They're poor. They're broke. They can't afford food. They can't afford rent. And they're seeing these people that came here. How did they get here? Who told them to come here? And if they're not poor, they come here with cell phones. They come here with the great clothes. And some of them, I forget where it was. I think it was on Telegram. I saw a video where some people bagged a flight coming in from Nicaragua. So they're being flown to Mexico to come here. So these are all, they're not immigrants. They're being paid to come here by Soros and other people. And they're coming into our cities and they're taking over our resources that should be going to the citizens that have been paying taxes, that live here, like our veterans, like our elderly, like those that are mentally ill or those that are sick. Okay? So in other words, take care of the family down the street while your family starves. So people are starting to see the writing on the wall. People are starting to wake up, even the normies. Case in point, I went to my family the other day. I went to my family's house the other day. And they said to me, Delphine, I think you could be right about the clone thing. They said there was some kind of show, And they said that there's a clone aid in Canada, and and there's things online because they watch. I don't know what they were watching. They were watching some conservative channel. It wasn't Fox and it wasn't Tucker, but they were talking about how clones are real, and that they're advertising to clone people now for people that can't have babies. Okay, so people are starting to see the writing on the wall. Okay, it's pretty sad that I've been telling them for a year now and they don't believe me, and when some person on television that they don't know says it, that they believe, and they believe them. That's usually how it is. Unfortunately, it's like they don't believe you, but they'll believe somebody on television. That's just the way it is. It sucks, but just that's the way it is. But it's happening. It's begun. Look at what's happening, folks. I don't know about you, but I'm seeing things. Last night in my room, I was seeing sparkles. I was seeing flashes of light. I wasn't afraid. I know it's Paul. It's probably angels. This is going to be the norm now. Have you guys started getting massive downloads? Are you psychic now? Are you feeling things? Because our spiritual powers, our divine DNA is being activated every single day. The Schumann resonance, it is raising and is vibrating so high. Folks, we're there. It's begun. This is the time that we've been waiting for. So, like I said before, it's time for us to really just strip away all of our preconceived notions, because everything that we've been taught in school is a lie. Everything that we've been taught, the cabal system, all our education system, the history of our world, everything has been infiltrated and orchestrated by the cabal. So we have to learn to strip away everything we've learned and be willing to start anew. We have to proverbially die and shed these false personas, these false characters that we've been playing. And we have to be willing to start anew. We need to shed everything that we've learned. And that's another thing that I want to talk about shedding and dying and becoming anew. I know a lot of people have been suffering the last few months, and especially the last couple of weeks, because everyone's ascension symptoms are different. Some people have good weeks, other people have bad weeks, and I will tell you that they make it so that not all of us go through the same thing at the same time, because we need to have people feeling well so we can be there for the people that aren't feeling good, so we can actually help each other and build each other up and be there for each other. But folks, we're there. We're there, folks. Just think about it. Just think about how far you've come this past year. I was talking to Prince of Peace about this, maybe like a week ago or a few weeks ago. We're talking about how our lives have changed the last year. And I don't know if this has happened to you. I'm sure it has. Haven't you noticed that you've grown so much in the last year? I know that it took me years to get to a certain point, and now it's taken me months. It's funny how time is now. It's like, it seems like things are taking so long, yet time flies. Like 5 months seems like 5 years. Like a month ago seems like a year ago. We're changing so rapidly. Things that, healing and mental and spiritual healing and coming into your own and issues, things that would take years of therapy and years of working out are happening so quickly now. We are no longer really bound by time and space. I know that sounds weird because we are still, but really we're not. The only thing that's keeping us bound in this time and space is our addiction to it. And the collective keeping the time and space. You know what I mean? We still have the energy of the 3D and 4D realm. Okay? Even though we're not bound by it, we still have that energy. Even though there is no veil, we still act like there's a veil. And we're still keeping the veil alive because all that energy of the veil is still in us. It's still in our DNA. We're still living and breathing it, not just because of the years that we spent on this earth in this time and space in this lifetime, but just think of those of us that have been here for lifetimes after lifetimes. Lifetimes. We are not going to just all of a sudden snap and not be in 3 or 4D anymore. It's a gradual process. And we're almost there, folks. We are. We're almost there. So it has begun. Now, what can we expect in the next few months? Okay, I don't think anyone can really tell us. I don't think, and if anyone gives us dates or says exactly what's going to happen, they're lying. Because the fact is, we don't know exactly. We can predict, we can do premonitions, we can prophesy, but the fact is, we don't really know. We know snippets. We kind of know what's going to happen, but the thing is, we don't know for sure. We have an idea, but when it comes down to dates and particularities and the particulars, we don't know. We just don't know. But we do know that life as we know it is not going to be the same. It's like that song, it's the end of the world as you know it, and I feel fine. And we should, because we are on the precipice of the end of the world as we know it. And that doesn't mean that the world's going to blow up and there's going to be, World War III, because there's not. We don't have to worry about the nukes because the galactics, the ETs disabled all the nukes back in the 80s. Okay, and that's not going to happen. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world reign of the cabal. It's the end of the world being run by Satan and the demons. It's the end of the evil, the unadulterated, unspeakable, unbelievable evil that has been perpetrating and running the world for hundreds of thousands of years. But this installation of the Rothschild assholes and cabal, hundreds of years. So 2024, it has begun. It has begun in world events, as we can see, but it's also begun in ourselves personally. Have you noticed that you feel different? Put in the chat, do you feel different? Are things clearer to you? Are people different towards you? Are you seeing things different? Are you interpreting things different? Are you thinking differently? Because 2024 is the year that we no longer identify as the personalities, as the characters that we have been playing this lifetime. 2024 is the year we die. And I'm not talking a physical death. I'm talking about we're dying. As we're dying, the characters that we're playing are dying. 2024 is the year that we understand that we are not our past. We are not what happened to us. We are not our families. We are not the incidents that happened to us. We are not our jobs. We are not any kind of labels. We are divine, spiritual, godly, interdimensional light beings from the 5th dimension that came back here to help God and the world ascend. It has begun. It has begun. We are no longer just mere human beings. We are no longer slaves to the cabal. We know our worth. We know our missions. We know who we are. And we are not these identities. We know that we are so much more. We know that we are the spiritual beings inside of us. We know that we are spiritual beings. And these are just the roles that we are playing. So my question to you is, what are you willing to let go in your 4D physical life to bring on your ascension? What are you willing to sacrifice? What attitudes? What people? What thought patterns? What are you willing to sacrifice for your greater good? What are you willing to sacrifice to ascend? Because we need to not only just sacrifice physical things and sacrifice maybe on the EBS, not our phones, not looking at our phones. We might have to sacrifice some things. But what are we willing to sacrifice in our personal lives? What are you willing to sacrifice to make it happen? We literally have to deprogram ourselves from everything, all the programming, all the brainwashing bullshit that we have been spoon-fed all these years. Everything that we know, we're going to have to relearn. And, I'll know that I do soul therapy. And for those who don't know what soul therapy is, it's basically just therapy, but I use a spiritual, metaphysical technique to therapy, okay? So when you have a soul therapy session, it's like a regular therapy session, but I use spiritual techniques, okay? I'm not a licensed therapist. However, I've gone to so many years of therapy, and because I am an empath and I'm highly intuitive and psychic, I've dealt with so many mental health issues. And because traditional therapy and traditional medicine has not helped me, I did my own research and I deep dived into therapy. And I've spent years in therapy, and I've learned that the basic tenets of therapy and psychology and spirituality are almost identical. And they work hand in hand to help people. And in my soul therapy sessions the last couple of weeks, people have been really suffering. And they feel bad. They feel guilty. They feel shame of things that they've done, and also the things that they're going through now. People, we're going through an ascension. Our bodies are going through something that's unprecedented. So I know that we need to give ourselves a break. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Being bipolar is actually the norm. It's not bipolar. Mood swings are normal. When your body is going from carbon-based to crystalline, yeah, you're going to feel it. When you've learned that there's an evil cabal that's been running the world, and everything that you've been taught is a lie, and our governments and the world leaders have been trying to kill us and keep things from us, you're going to have a mental health crisis. So folks, give yourself a break. If you are angry, you would act like a psycho. It doesn't mean you're a psycho. It just means that you are dealing with energies. You're dealing with it the best way you can. Let it out. We have to stop feeling shame and guilt for our emotions and our moods. What we're going through is intense, especially as to those that are awake. Okay? Even more so because we are awake and we have to deal with being judged and called crazy, and dealing with sharing space with people that are sleeping, and some of them are in fucking comas. And I some of them, I think that Jesus can pop down and create a portal and pick them up and twirl them around, and they still wouldn't believe. Some people are going to never wake up, and we just need to just be okay with that and just know that that's their issue, not ours. That's their side of the street, and we have to focus on our side of the street. So folks, I'm telling you, I have mood swings. I can be a bitch. I don't feel good all the time. I get spiritually attacked all the time because I'm on this channel, because I read people. I do soul therapy sessions and I do readings all the time. And I'll tell you, if you are psychic, and I know 100% of you in this chat are intuitive, empathic, psychic. Everybody that is part of this soul tribe family has their spiritual gifts. Some people have different spiritual gifts than others, and some people have it stronger than others. But because of what's happening spiritually and the energy, and also the fact, don't forget that all of the dark demons, all those bastards in the astral, they know that they're dying. So they are going to do everything that they possibly can to stay alive. And we know that attachments are very easily attachable to us. It doesn't matter how godly you are. It doesn't matter how much you pray. All they need is a little bit of a crevasse, a little crack to get in. And once they get in, they sworm their way in, and they'll go more and more in. And all of a sudden, you start to notice that things are not right, and they will slowly take over. So this is why we have to be very, very vigilant. If you feel you're not yourself, if you feel there's things around you, just pray. Just pray. You can command evil. We are more powerful than evil. If you feel that anything is not right or demonic around you, you say, be gone in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach Jesus Christ. If you feel a presence around you, you say, identify yourself. And if you are not of Yeshua HaMashiach Jesus Christ, if you are not God, be gone. Don't give in to fear. Demons in the dark, all they have is fear. Because they know that they have no power of us. We're more powerful than them. They have been very successful in disempowering us because they've lied to us and tricked us. So we haven't even known how powerful we are. And because it's almost the end for them. Sorry, I got to freshen up my lipstick because I'm getting a little dry here. Dry lips when I talk too much. So because of the fact that the dark energy is, they're trying to survive, just like a caged animal. Any animal that's backed into a corner is going to fight back. If you know that you're going to die, you're going to fight for your life. So if you feel sad, if you feel like you're losing your mind, if you're angry, if you have bouts of rage, if you find yourself like having this disproportionate anger to something, no, you're not crazy. No, you're not. Don't feel shame. No, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. No, that doesn't mean you're falling off track. It just means that your body is going through something and your body is being affected by it. Stop judging yourself. Now, this is what I tell my clients, and this worked for me, so this is the advice that I give to my clients, and I think it really helps them. Okay, so let's say that we're in a movie, and we're in a movie, folks. I know I hate to say that because people are hurting and people get killed every day, but we are in a big movie, okay? A real life movie. But let's say, for instance, we were in a play, okay? We're in a play, and we all were assigned roles. And in these roles, let's say in this role, I was an evil person and I hurt a lot of people. When I'm done with the play, am I going to feel shameful and guilty for the character that I played? When I was in 6th and 7th grade, I played Miss Hannigan in Annie, and I played the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz. Should I feel guilty what I did to Dorothy? Should I feel guilty that I burned down Dorothy's house and stole Toto? Should I feel guilty about what I did to the orphans? No, because I was just playing Miss Hannigan. I was just playing the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm not really the Wicked Witch of the West or Miss Hannigan. Those were characters that I was playing. So if we really sit here and think about it, why are we beating ourselves up and feeling shame and feeling bad about ourselves for being bitchy or being angry or having a bad day or shouting out or, raging or lashing out or having a bad day or crying or, gossiping a little bit or being bad, being petty or being jealous? Why are we feeling bad about that? These are characters. Delphine is a character I'm playing. Delphine's not who I really am. I'm a spiritual being inside of Delphine. The spiritual being inside of me is the real person, who I am. So just like I'm not going to feel bad what my characters did in the play that I played. I'm going to stop feeling bad for my bad days. I'm going to stop feeling bad when I'm angry. I'm going to stop feeling bad when I'm upset. I'm not going to take it personally when people don't like me or people lash out at me. I'm not going to any longer feel the pity pot, be on my pity pot and feel bad because I grew up and my family ignored me or I didn't grow up in the best environment. I am no longer going to base my worth for the character that I've been playing all these years. I'm going to take off the mask. I'm going to take off my costume. And underneath, I'm the spiritual being that decided to come to this earth and be incarnated to play Delphine, to play the Lady D that's on screen now. So I think we really need to work on this, folks. We really need to give ourselves a break. There is no rule book, How to Ascend 101. There is no manual. This is unprecedented. No one's done it before. Yeah, other civilizations have done it before. They've ascended, but we don't have their guidebook. We don't have their dictionary. We don't have their manual that says how to ascend. And quite frankly, this is the first time that we've ascended with the earth. Many civilizations in the past on earth have ascended. Groups of people have ascended, like the Aztecs and others. But this is the first time in our universe that we are ascending along with the planet. Mother Gaia. We are ascending with her. So, we are going to feel it. It's not going to be rainbows and butterflies, or we're not going to be whistling Dixie all the time and feeling great all the time. It's normal to be emotional. It's normal to be on an emotional roller coaster. It's okay if 1 second you're crying and the next you're laughing and the next you're angry. Your body is going from carbon-based to crystalline. It's literally changing form, little by little each day. Right now, it's like we're in this cocoon. And the cocoon is uncomfortable and it's dark and we can't see out of it. And when are we going to get out of it? What's going to happen? It's dark. I'm cramped. I don't feel good. I want to get out of it. Sooner or later, though, that cocoon is going to open. And what emerges? The butterfly. We're going to be butterflies soon. So give yourselves a break. Mental illness is not mental. In fact, if you're doing okay, and if you are not on an emotional roller coaster here and there, and if you're thriving and you're okay with this world, you're mental, then there's something wrong with you. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be crying. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to, I've had it. It's okay to stay in bed. It's okay to say I can't stand people. It's okay to be a little misanthropic and say I don't want to deal with people and their energy. It's okay to say no. It's okay to quit your job because you can't stand being around that energy. It's okay. Don't feel guilty. No guilt and no fear. No fear. Now, a lot of these people in the truther community and some in the spiritual community, they're all doom and gloom. They're saying this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Yeah, we all know that it's going to get worse before it gets better because we all know there has to be the tower moment. Everything has to crumble to the ground. All everything that has been built has to burn. We can't rebuild unless everything burns to the ground. We need to end. There needs to be very, very tumultuous changes. All right? Everything, all pre-existing forms have to crumble and burn. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be a little rocky and shaky. It has to happen. You can't build a new house unless you tear down the old house first. You can't redo your closets if you have cluttered closets. Everything has to crumble before we rebuild and change. It's okay. No fear. It doesn't mean that the white hats of the alliance are not in control. It doesn't mean that God forsaken us. It doesn't mean that. All it means is that we're going through an ascension, and we have to be very patient with ourselves. Because like I said, there is no rule book. No one wrote instructions. All it means is that it is what it is. In other words, our bodies are going to do what it does. This is the time, folks. Now that it has begun, now that we've entered the time or the season of the Great Awakening, the Great Awakening has begun. We need to learn to just be. Allow ourselves to be with no judgment. Don't judge yourself. Feel what you feel. If you have a bad day, if you get off track, you pick yourself up and get back on the horse. No shame and no judgment. Every time you feel bad about yourself, or you judge yourself, you feel shame or say, I wish I didn't do that. I want you to think about what I said tonight. Why am I beating myself up for playing a character when I'm not really the character? I'm the supernatural, spiritual, fifth dimensional being inside of me. That's the real me. That is who I am. I am an eternal spiritual being. So I am not going to identify with or beat myself up for the character that I played. Look it. We've all done the best that we can in all the circumstances. You want to know how I know this? Because we did it. We have. If you could have done better, if I could have done better, we would have. Everything that we've been through, it sucked and it's been horrible, some of the things that we've been through. However, when we are on the other side, we're not going to even think about it. It's going to be like, oh, another character, just like if you were a rich and famous actress, right? And you're like, I played this character and I played that. Oh, that was just one of the characters that I played. We can't think our way through this, okay? Because we still have that left human brain, the false matrix brain. We need to stop trying to reason supernatural and metaphysical things, because we are never, ever going to fully understand the spiritual and metaphysical world while we're still here in 4D and 5D. Yeah, folks, we're in 5D. We're there. Okay? We're there. I want to say we're on the cusp. Okay, we're on the cusp. We're in that. Here's 4D, here's 5D, and we're there. We're in the middle here. Okay? So stop identifying as this character that you're playing. I know I'm working on it too. It doesn't matter how you were brought up, where you were brought up. It doesn't matter your past. It doesn't matter if you were in jail. It doesn't matter any of the if you did anything bad in the future. If God can forgive you and still loves you, why can't you forgive and love yourself? And that's another thing. If you really, truly believe that God is within you and God is within all of us, how are you honoring God by beating yourself up and not forgiving yourself? Just think about it. If God loves and forgives you no matter what you do, why is it you can't love and forgive yourself? And I'll take it up a step, up a notch. Why is it we can't love and forgive each other? Just like we can't beat ourselves up for playing these characters, we can't beat up others for playing those characters too. Easier said than done, I know. It's hard. Trust me. I deal with it. You think I get trolled all the time. Trolls say all nasty things to me in the comments. I shouldn't let it get to me, but I do. I admit it hurts sometimes. But I need to cut the shit out. I'm never going to come up here and say that I have all the answers and I'm perfect. I'm always going to keep it real. But I'm going to work on it. Because I know that those trolls or anybody that's nasty to me, they're just playing a character. That's not the true self. That's not their true selves. They're playing a character. We are all the products of our environments. Okay? We are not responsible for our environments. We are not responsible for the way people treated us when we were little. However, we were greatly affected by our upbringing and the people that brought us up and the people that surrounded us when we were little. So, folks, just like we are stepping up spiritually, we need to start stepping up in our thought patterns and the way we think. And we can no longer think like the limited 3D or 4D beings. I hate to say 3D, 4D. I'll just say the human egoic beings. The ego, which is our false matrix self, the human mind. We can't knock it. The ego has served its purpose. It's kept us alive. However, we have to really, really stop listening primarily to our egos. We need to try to turn that side of our brain off and slowly activate and listen to our spiritual 5D brain. And that's that's the brain that's connected to our 5D, our higher self. If we're going to level up, now that it's begun, now the Great Awakening has begun, now we're in the year of the Great Awakening, the year of God, the year that we're going to see God's vengeance and God's hand upon this earth. We need to step it up in our mind. We need to really, really try to change the way we think and our thought patterns. And how do we do this? We have to keep on reminding ourselves, even if it's 1,000,000 times a day, I am not this character. I am not a physical being. I am a spiritual being having a physical experience. I am not going to beat myself up or think that I did something wrong or I'm less of a person or I'm worth less because I was brought up in a certain family or because I don't make that much money or because I don't have a title or because I don't have an degree or because I'm not married or because I don't have kids. All the things that we held important for so many years in our lives, they don't mean shit now. Money means nothing. These roles mean nothing. Degrees mean nothing. This world, this year, everything that we held near and dear, we are going to learn doesn't mean anything. Everybody is going to be the same. We're finally going to be on an even playing field. So, how do we continuously remind ourselves that we are no longer these 4D meat suits? By just that, just by reminding yourself. That easy. Sounds a little redundant. Whenever you start to feel bad about yourself, whenever you start to beat yourself up, whenever you start to feel down, just know you're doing the best that you can. You're doing the best that you can with what you have to work with. You're doing the best that you can in the situation that you're in. It's not your fault that your father left your mother. It's not your fault that you were brought up in an abusive alcoholic family. It's not your fault that your parents beat you. It's not your fault that you were sexually assaulted. It's not your fault that your parents raped you. It's not your fault that your father left you. It's not your fault that your mother didn't love you. It's not your fault that your husband left you. It's not your fault. We need to stop equating our worth by the way people treat us. Because when people mistreat us, they are not aligned with their spiritual being. They're not aligned with their spirit. They're aligned with the false matrix character that they're playing. I know this sounds funny coming from me, Lady D, because you know that I like to tell off trolls and I get pissed off. However, I'm working on it, folks. I always say I'm not going to come up here and say that I'm perfect and I don't work on things, because I do. Just because I'm on camera doesn't mean that I have all the answers. And, if what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, take what does and leave the rest. But we need to start really, really changing our thought patterns. And the number one thing that we can do is to remind ourselves each and every day, even it's when you get up in the morning, when you look in the mirror as you brush your teeth and wash your face, do yourself a favor. Look in the mirror and say, I love you. You're okay, and I forgive you. And I'm going to forgive others today. And no matter what happens today, I know that this isn't the real me, and that the real me is deep inside of me. We need to stop playing the characters that we've been playing so long. We need to stop taking it so seriously. We need to stop taking these roles so seriously. We were brought into this world and brought up in a world that's evil, that is filled with all kinds of trickery and deceit and evil. Do you really think that we're going to be perfect and not be affected by that? So please, whenever you start to beat yourself up, whenever you start to feel down and out because things aren't going your way and things aren't moving as fast as we want, and that our things in our lives aren't happening, and there's issues in our family, issues with friends, interpersonal relationships are suffering, and we're having fights with people, or we're having conflicts. Stop. Just stop. Go sit by yourself and breathe. When you breathe in and out, especially you do your deep breath, you can't be anxious. That's when you really connect with yourself, with your spirit, with your soul. That's when you can remind yourself, it's okay. This is just a play. This is just a movie. And I'm just playing the character. I'm not going to take myself seriously, nor am I going to take the characters in this play/movie so seriously. I know that at any time in divine timing, I'm going to take off this mask, take off the costume that I've been wearing, and I'm going to be who I truly, truly am. So, folks, it has begun. It has begun in so many ways. Globally, we're seeing things of this great awakening. Globally, we're seeing things move in direction. We're winning. We are starting to win. But it also has begun personally, our personal ascensions. The ascension happens in the body. It doesn't happen in the mind. And I know that sounds back-ass forwards, and I know it sounds like a big contradiction, and it sounds wrong. However, it's the case. Because if you think of it, our human brains are always going to try to talk ourselves out of things. Our human brains are always going to try to reason. And our human brains are never, ever going to be able to understand things while we're still identifying as these limited human beings. So, don't take yourself so seriously. And I'm going to tell myself and remind myself that too, because it's easier said than done, I know. We've had many years of momentum playing these parts. So do yourself a favor every morning. When you get up, as soon as you open your eyes, you remind yourself, I am not this character I'm playing. I am a supernatural, spiritual being. I'm not going to base my worth on the money that I have in the bank, because we know it's worth nothing. It's monopoly money. It's basically paper. I'm not going to equate my worth by the relationships I have, by the way people treat me, by my title, by my job. I'm going to equate my self-worth with God, because I am a godly being. And as long as God is inside of me, and God loves me and forgives me, and if I truly believe that I'm a child of God and God lives inside of me, then I have to honor God, and that's honoring myself. If God can forgive me and forgive a murderer, if God can forgive Adolf Hitler, I certainly can forgive somebody who's wronged me, and I certainly can forgive myself, because none of us is perfect. Now, I'm not making excuses for wrongdoing. I'm not saying that you have to take any type of abuse, because no, you never do. You're always going to have to be assertive and stand up for yourself. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that once we stand up for ourselves, we let go of the anger. Because when you hold the anger, it's like having a snake. I forget the saying. It's like something that the anger is like having a snake, and when it bites you, the poison. I forget the analogy, but you know what I'm getting at. We need to let go of it. We need to move on. We need to identify ourselves as spiritual beings, no longer these limited beings. That's right, awake and not afraid. God does not want us to be doormats, but also God does not want us to hold grudges. God wants us to tell someone off and say, I will not be treated that way, but look the other way and forgive. Because all the people that we are sharing this earth with, we are all flawed, and none of us is perfect. And every single one of us is a product of our upbringing and our environments. So love yourself, honor yourself, and forgive yourself. Stop beating yourselves up. If you were meant to be perfect, you would be perfect. If God meant for us to be perfect, we would be perfect. And quite frankly, he did. But Satan came down and did some shit, and now we aren't perfect. But that's okay. We're going to change that this year. We're going to become perfect. But not until the ascension, not until God steps in and we are activated. So it has begun. But before it begins, the Great Awakening and the Ascension begins in the world and globally. It has begun inside of each and every one of us. The Ascension, the Great Awakening starts within you. It happens within our bodies. So if you don't feel good, if you feel tired, sleep. If you don't feel like going out and doing something, don't be afraid to cancel. If someone gets pissed at you, oh well, they're just a character. So who cares if that character in the play that we're playing in is mad at you, right? Take time for you. Do whatever it takes to take care of yourself, and don't feel guilty, don't feel shame, and don't feel bad. You need to be willing to let people down in order to take care of yourself and honor yourself. You are not responsible for the adults in this world. You're only responsible for you. Okay? So there's your Soul Therapy Saturday pep talk, Soul Tribe. I hope you liked it. Oh, Julie Green has not. Oh, you're too funny. Julie Green has nothing on me. That's very sweet of you, my awake and not afraid, but I have to disagree. Julie Green is phenomenal. I can't channel God the way she does. I keep on trying. It happened one night a few weeks ago on here, but thank you. Oh, and that's another thing. I think I said it on the video that I did with Jason. Julie Green did say too a few weeks ago that something pretty big was going to happen in Florida, and it did when those spiritual beings showed up in the Bayside Mall in Miami. So we've been on probably almost 2 hours now. So I figured what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a couple of tarot readings, and maybe we'll do a spiritual exercise, and then we'll call it a night. Let me wet my whistle. All right, so let's do a reading and see what's going to happen this week in the Soul Tribe family. I'm going to do one for just the Soul Tribe family, which is everyone that's watching. And in the chat, we are not an esoteric group of snobs. As long as you're watching and you love people and you're not a troll, you're part of the soul family. And unfortunately, there are some trolls that infiltrated the soul family, but, they'll get kicked out if they don't wise up. So let's do a reading for the tribe. And I'm going to do a couple of readings, and then we'll do a little exercise. Okay? All right, folks. And for those who have not subscribed to Sarah Ashley, my soul sister, who's in the chat, you really should. I usually put all the descriptions in the video. I haven't yet, but if you haven't subscribed to Sarah Ashley Astrology, you really should. I can't speak, sorry. You really should subscribe to Sarah's channel. She is phenomenal. I've gotten reads with her, Jason, CHRISSY, Soldier of Light. Not just saying it, folks. And we are on the same wavelength. We do readings for people, and I've done readings, and they say, Sarah said the same thing. And I'm like, that's because we're both psychic, and we both got it going on. And also, if you have not subscribed to Real World CHRISSY, who's in the chat, she's not just a troll crusher and a Kirsten Kelly author. She also has her channel. In fact, Sarah, CHRISSY, and I are going to be doing we're going to be doing our Soul Sister Empower Hour coming this week. So if you haven't subscribed to Real World CHRISSY's channel, her channel will be in this description of this video. And also, if you're ever watching the Light Warrior Network, Sarah's channel, CHRISSY's channel, my channel, Soldier of Lights, we're all in the description of Jason's videos too. Okay? So, subscribe to Sarah, subscribe to CHRISSY. You won't be disappointed. And look out for the thumbnail for the Soul Sister Empower Hour that CHRISSY, Sarah, and I will be doing coming up this week. All right, let's do a poll and see what is in store for the Soul Tribe Soul Family this week. And it's January 6th, 2024, and I can't talk. All right, Holy God, in the name of Yeshua Jesus, I am asking for divine protection so that nothing evil, nefarious, or ungodly can infiltrate this reading at all, and also so that I can interpret the cards clearly and unbiasedly. Holy God, can I get a general reading as to what to expect this week for the soul tribe, soul family? What say you? A general reading for this upcoming week. What can we expect? Lord God and Yeshua, Jesus. Oh, let's put a little more light. Oh, 2 aces. Hold on to your hats, folks. Oh my God, holy shit. 3 aces. 3 aces. Wow. This is going to be an epic week. An epic, epic week. Okay, first and foremost, the beginning of the week. We're going to be walking away from things that no longer serve us. Walking away from things that have held us down. Walking away from things that we no longer want to do. Okay? This is the 5 of Pentacles. And usually this is the card that's suffering loss. You know, this would be loss of money, loss of finances, loss of faith. But this reading, because it's next to an ace, we're walking away from things that no longer serve us. We're going to lose only the things that we should lose. Okay? Now, let's get to the aces. First ace, Ace of Pentacles. Folks, we're going to be hearing something about the money this week. Am I saying that SARA is going to be declared and we're all going to be millionaires? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, though, that this is going to be a good week for money. Money's coming to us. New beginnings of money. Something new. Many people in the soul tribe, they'll be getting money, new jobs, new ways to make money. There'll be ways, there'll be, let's put it, opportunities to make money. Beautiful card. This also will be an epic week for manifestations. Manifestations, physical manifestations. Great week for anything tangible, any materialistic matter that you've been waiting for. New beginnings, great luck. Money, money, money. Okay? Also, you got the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups, when he's badly aspected, he could be a little tricky because he could be like the poker player. And he's the type of person that would throw his mother under the bus because it's all about him. This could be the card of the narcissist, somebody that's very much of an opportunist. However, because he's positively aspected with the Ace of Pentacles, this means that this is the good King of Cups, and the good King of Cups is divinely balanced. So, folks, after the money situation, either globally or personally happens, we're going to have emotional balance. This also is indicative of taking care of ourselves. We're going to be putting ourselves first. We're going to be taking care of ourselves. We're not going to put others in front of us. We're not going to put other people's feelings or thoughts or what they want. We're going to be very sovereign and putting ourselves first and taking care of ourselves. More emotional balance, more emotional stability. Gorgeous card, okay? So that's the top row. So that's the first part of the week, okay? Then the second part of the week, 2 aces, 3 aces in the spread. I don't even remember the last time I had 3 aces. It's very rare. Divine breakthroughs by the middle of the week. Clarity, new beginnings, epic, epic cards. Look at these aces. What do you think, Soul Tribe? You think we're going to have a good week or what? Just saying. So not only are we going to have the money, okay, and materialistic, and manifestation and good new beginnings with material matters, we're going to have clarity and breakthroughs. This is a phenomenal card. This is the Hand of God card. Beautiful, beautiful card. So anything that you've been waiting for, if there's been a situation in which you've been in the dark, if there's been a situation in which you feel stuck, clarity, breakthrough. If there's this situation in which you've been waiting for an answer, clarity, breakthrough. Beautiful, beautiful card. Okay. Then another beautiful, epic money card. We got the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is the CEO card. He has money. He's rich. He's wealthy. So, folks, another epic card. Looking good for money. This is if you're waiting on a job or if you want to start your own business, because the CEO is the leader. He's the leader. He's a business. So this means that we're going to be taking care of business. Great week for those that have their own businesses. If you're waiting for a raise, if you're waiting for money, if you're waiting for a settlement, you're going to be just fine. This is wealth and abundance. Beautiful, beautiful card. It's also a sovereignty card. And the final soul tribe, soul family, the Ace of Cups. Oh my God. Just when you think the cards can't be more epic, they get more and more epic. Okay? Ace of Cups. Love. New beginnings in love. So, beginning of love relationships, renewals of love relationships, healing of love relationships. This means that if you've been estranged, there'll be reunions in families. If your relationship is kind of stale, it's like you're going to have a rebirth in relationship. Healing. Ace of Cups is also indicative of healing in your mind, in your body, and in your soul. This is a beautiful card. Creativity. You're going to be creative. Love, and this is the new beginnings in love, not just a romantic love, but this will be a new beginning in family love, friend love, any type of love relationship. It doesn't have to just be romantic in a divine mate situation. New beginnings in love, new turning points in all of your relationships. Like I said, it could be in, any type of love relationship, in family, with your friends, with your mother, your father, your children. New beginnings and turning points in love. Reunions. Reunited for those who have been broken up. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Holy shit, folks. Look at that. 3 aces. I'm so glad I do this live because you really can't make this shit up. This is going to be one of the most epic weeks ever. And I know we use that word all the time, but it's just there's no other word to describe what's happening in this day and age. Epic, epic. So, the takeaway, walking away from the things that no longer serve us. The only losses that we are going to lose are things that we want to lose. Like bad people and bad relationships and bad jobs. Any loss that we're going to suffer is going to be for our betterment, and we're going to want to lose. Like weight and things that no longer serve us. We're going to walk away and turn away from things that no longer serve our highest good, things that are bringing us down. We're going to be taking care of ourselves, putting ourselves first, and we're going to be more emotionally balanced. Money is coming to us. Good, great, phenomenal, not just great, phenomenal week for money. New beginnings with money. If you're waiting to hear if you got that job or that business or that loan, or if you're waiting for somebody to pay you back, new beginnings. Great, phenomenal week for manifesting. Great week for abundance. Great week for material and concrete matters. Divine breakthroughs. Clarity. Beautiful, beautiful card. The hand of God. Anything that you've been waiting for. Turning point. Epic card. And last but not least, new love. New beginnings in all of your love relationships. Healing. Creativity. Reunions. Beautiful, beautiful card. Oh my God. I still can't get over 3 aces. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Let's do one global. I'm going to do one pull for global events, and then we're going to call it a night. Okay, Soul Tribe? Let's do this. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua Jesus, can I get a general reading as to what can we expect this week in terms of the global situation? So anything going to happen? Is going to be anything? We already know there's going to be some kind of disclosures with the money. I do think we're going to be hearing stuff about the money. And I think probably it's going to be that people are going to be starting to talk about the BRICS nations and how the fact that, the stock market is it's imminent that it's going to crash and that our money is not going to be worth anything. So I do think there's going to be movement in the money situation. And, we're going to be hearing about more and more banks closing. And I do think it's going to be more about talking about the BRICS. Okay. But let's see if other things are going to happen global. So Lord God, in the name of Yeshua Jesus, this week, can we get a general reading as to what is going to happen globally? What can we expect to see this week in terms of the global events? What say you, God? What can we see this week in terms of the Great Awakening? Because we know it has begun 1,000%. Oh boy, hold on to your hats, folks. It's gonna be a week of disclosures. All right, folks, we're going to find out a lot more about the bad cabal, the deep dark cult, the Khazarian mafia, whatever you want to call them. We're going to find out more and more disclosures about the baddies. And there's my disclosure card. Blatant disclosure. Things are going to come out. I do think there's going to be another Epstein list coming out, a second one. Oh, and that reminds me, okay? I said it, I think it was last Sunday or the Sunday before, when Jason and I were doing the deep dive on the Epstein list. I said that the Obamas were not going to be on the list, and that the list wasn't all going to come out at once. There was going to come out like it's going to be a rolling list, like it would, like certain names would come out one week and then another week, and it was going to not everyone was going to be, not everyone on the list was going to come out all at once, and it's happening. They've announced that the list is going to be rolling, and there were 3 names that were redacted on the list that came out. And remember when I said, when Jason asked me, is Barack Obama and Big Mike, are they going to be on the list? And I said, no, I got in the cards that they weren't going to be on the list because I'm getting that they're protecting them. Well, guess who names weren't on the list? There were 3 names that were redacted. And I did another poll the other night, and I got, it was Big Mike and Barack. And I'm getting that it was Biden, Big Biden, Brandon Biden. But at the very least, I know that it was Barack and Big Mike. And I'm getting the third one could be Biden. So, to finish the reading, okay? This is going to be a week of disclosures, okay? And we're going to find out exactly how people have been tricking us. There's going to be a disclosure about somebody and some people that have pulled the wool over our eyes. Deceit, trickery, and lies. Okay? There's going to be a week of surprises globally. Things that we haven't expected. And these are beautiful surprises. This is like happy surprises. Good things are going to happen. Okay? Silver linings. Things that we did not expect. But these are going to be epic surprises. Okay? Like I said, there's a lot of truth coming out. Lots and lots of truth. Okay? The High Priestess is the card of secrets. So, folks, there's going to be lots of secrets and more disclosure revealed. The High Priestess, look at things that were dark. See, the dark are going to come out into the light. All right? And by the end of the week, there will be celebrations. We will celebrate. Okay? So, let's do a reenactment. Let's do a replay. Not a replay, but recap. That's it. That's the word, the recap. This week, globally, we're going to find out more about the baddies. There's going to be disclosures, some truths coming out. It's going to be big surprises that come out, but these are happy surprises. Going to be more disclosure and reveals about trickery. Those have been trickery, deceit, people that have been stealing from us. And I'm getting that these are the bankers. I'm feeling that this week we're going to find out about the bank and how they've defrauded us and how the banking system really is, okay? And I'm also getting that we're going to find out some some prominent people. We're going to find out the truth about them, how they've deceived us, that they're really scumbags, that they betrayed people, that they're thieves. Okay? Also, we got the Tower card. Okay? So, there's going to be some stuff that's going to happen this week, folks. Some major, major things. There's going to be a Tower moment this week. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's going to be a Tower moment. Some situation globally is going to crumble. Okay? There's going to be secrets that come out, secrets that have been hidden for a while. They're going to be in the dark and they're going to come out into the light. And by the end of the week, celebrations, harmony, and agreement. So, folks, this card in particular, which I saved to the end, I know it's scary, but we need this. We need the Tower moment. And what better way to end this broadcast? Because it has begun. Well, folks, the Tower moment has begun. And we need the Tower moment. We need everything to crumble because we need to start anew. We need this cabal system, all these evil governments, all these evil establishments. We need everything to burn to the ground, everything to tumble down so that we can start fresh and take back the world. Oh my God, folks, epic card pulls. Unbelievable. Look at these cards. I have a feeling too that some people in the cabal, they're going to take a real big hit this week. Real big hit. This is awesome, folks. Awesome. I love it. I love it, folks. I love it. Amen. It's going to be a phenomenal week, folks. So, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but just look at these cards. Okay? I don't think nothing's going to happen this week. This is not going to be status quo. When I tell you it has begun, I wasn't lying. It's begun. It's on. And you know what I say? Bring it on, bitches. All right, folks. So, it has begun, and it begins with us. Just know, whenever you start to feel bad about yourself, and whenever you start to feel down, or you start to judge yourself, stop judging yourself. Give yourself a break. Start treating yourself the way you would treat your child. Start treating yourself the way you treat your little puppy or your kitty that you love. Start treating yourself the way you treat the love of your life. Start treating yourself the way you treat your best friend. Give yourself a break. You are a divine being of God. Treat yourself like you are. You are loved. You are worthy. You are phenomenal. You are not of this world, but you're in it. You are chosen. You are divine. You are beautiful. You are supernatural. You kick ass. The angels look at us and they are in awe of us. Don't ever let anybody disempower you or label you or judge you. Don't let anyone or anything from your past or in the now define you. You are defined by you and God. The only opinion that matters is how your opinion and how you think of yourself and the way God thinks of you. And God always loves you, no matter what. Remember that. Honor yourself. Love yourself. Okay, folks? So, tomorrow night, be there. Light Warrior Network, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Prince of Peace and Lady D. We're going to be deep diving into the Epstein list, and it's also other hot content, me caliente content. All right, folks? So, take care of yourselves. Be gentle on yourselves. Also, please like and subscribe if you haven't. All right? And share. Share this. If you like this, share it. All right, folks. So I'll see you tomorrow night. If anybody would like to get a 30-minute or 60-minute reading from me in a soul therapy session, the link to my website is in the description of this video. What else can I say? If you haven't bought CHRISSY's book, please do so. You can find the information on her channel. I love you. I honor you. I'm so thankful for you. And this is my first official live of the new year, and I think it was pretty epic. Thank you so much, Soul Tribe. I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow night on the Light Warrior Network with Prince of Peace. Don't miss it. Until then, be good. God bless you. Bye.